me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine.
Welcome to Greenlight Maine. Season 7 is heating up. The companies we bring you each week are at a tipping point, gaining traction and poised for growth. And we've got a good thing going here. Over the course of the show, we've brought you more than 150 companies, and we're approaching the $1 million mark of what we have awarded in cash prizes to help grow Maine's economy. The two startups you're about to meet have a business model based on recycling. But first, let's check in with our judges who are exceptional and are truly committed to moving Maine forward. The question of the day we're going to ask them is, what advice do you have for our startup? Let's start with you, Nat Henshaw from CEI Ventures.
Great, thank you. Thank you for having me. This may sound strange coming from a capital provider, but I think being cash efficient and watching your expenses is really, really important for a startup. And some of our best performing companies have had, say, particle board offices when they started out. There will be time later for fancy art on the walls.
Okay, Susan Rulin from Dirigo Labs, you're up.
Thank you. Following on to that great advice, I always say basic business financial literacy, understanding a cash flow projection or a profit and loss statement. I think it shouldn't come as a surprise that an entrepreneur is out of money in 6 months, and there are so many free resources to get you ready for that.
And finally, we have John Carp from Maine MEP and MTI.
Thanks for having me back. I'm going to dovetail on both those good sets of advice and just say that the time to get involved with funders that you're going to need in the future is today.
Great advice. Thank you, judges. Our first company has a beautiful product that would have otherwise been cast aside. For the greater good of fishermen everywhere, here's Rugged Seas.
I'm Taylor Strout.
And I'm Nikki Strout, and we are the founders and owners of Rugged Seas.
Rugged Seas pretty much started in this trap shop. This is my father's trap shop. It's where I grew up and along the coast here in Maine. And we started making hoodies back in 2012 to support the different fisheries here in Maine. I was fishing here with my father, hand hauling my own traps as well. But after school, I ended up fishing in Alaska. There was a big sense of pride there, as there is here, and I wanted to highlight that. And I wanted to support our fishermen back here in Maine as well.
So in 2017, around that time, we started going to a lot of meetings. We were really in tune with all the struggles that fishermen here in Maine were facing with the development of the working waterfronts and other struggles. And we wanted to find a way to do more and tell the fishermen and the fishing family story. We were trying to think of what we could utilize that would be very identifiable, that would tie all fisheries together, and we thought of bibs, iconic orange bibs that you see guys wearing when they're out fishing, and typically these bibs are just thrown away. So Taylor brought home some of his bibs off his dad's boat. We were able to wash them at home. We got them pretty clean, and we thought we might be able to do something with this. We were lucky to partner up with Pratt Abbott, a local dry cleaner here in Maine. We also work with a company in Lewiston called Mainline Leather, who's been incredible. And we work with 320 Inc. in Westbrook, and they do all of our wearables. And now we're making tote bags, backpacks, hats, clutches, hoodies, and we're finding new ways to utilize the material all the time. And now we are in 40 different wholesale accounts. We do a lot of online sales. And so from the beginning, we have donated a portion of our proceeds to the Maine Coast Fishermen's Association and the Maine Lobstermen's Association.
So we created a program up and down the coast of Maine and actually New England where we have found the best way to recycle these bibs is go direct to the fishermen. And so we have placed 12 barrels up and down the coast at buying stations and co-ops. So when the guys come in to offload, if they got an old pair of bibs, jacket, whatever they have, if they throw it on the crates, it goes up. Instead of going into a dumpster on the right, it goes into a barrel on the left.
You know, entering into Greenlight Maine, the hope is that we would be able to take some of this funding and really grow our Bib Drop program. We've also, with the growth that we've experienced, the companies that we work with here in Maine obviously have felt that growth as well. The company we work with in Lewiston had shut down because of COVID and everyone had been laid off. They are all back to work now. And so the other goal is to create more jobs here in Maine and keep the industry alive and thriving. And so we feel like with an injection of funds, we'd be able to do both of those things and keep sustaining the growth that we've experienced. So a lot going on with Rugged Seas. It's exciting. We think this would be a great opportunity for us to, help make progress with the company and share the fisherman's story.
Nikki, you guys should be so proud for what you're doing and giving back. And the people wearing your products are part of this great Maine story.
It is. It's very exciting. What started as a real passion project has turned into an actual business and a true way to give back to the fishing community. So it's really come full circle for us.
Awesome. All right, Nat, kick us off with the questions.
So I can't imagine some of the condition these bibs come back to you from being on a fishing boat for a full season or what have you. What do you do for supply if you run out of used bibs?
That's a great question. So we have two solutions to that problem. We, in the beginning, couldn't keep up with our demand, so we quickly ran out of bib material. So we realized the easiest way to, attain more bibs was to go directly to the fishermen. So we actually started a Bib Drop Program here in Maine. We have 12 different drop sites up and down the coast at co-ops and buying stations. And fishermen, when they go in to offload, can just throw their bibs and rain gear in a barrel that we've set up at each station. And in turn, Guy Cotton, a French company that makes bibs, and Extra Tough, a boot company, have signed on to this Bib Drop program. And the boat that donates the most amount in weight will be outfitted in all new rain gear and boots, and as well as Rugged Seas products. My husband is also starting a Bib Drop program up in Dutch Harbor in Alaska. So as you can imagine, those boats are a little bigger. There's a lot more material to collect up there, and people are really excited about it. We also partnered with Guy Cotton. They have a factory down in Massachusetts where they make a lot of scallop aprons, and they had leftover cuts from manufacturing the products that the material is so heavy that they were actually paying to get it thrown away. And now they give it to us for free. So we actually get their remnant cuts also. So we're recycling that as well.
Gee, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Next question, Susan.
Great, thank you. Great pitch. I love your company's mission. I have a question about how many other products you have in your product line.
Good question. So we started with really just one size clutch, a tote bag, and a small backpack. And since then, we had requests from people, they couldn't fit their phones in the one clutch that we were manufacturing. So we've come up with a larger clutch and a smaller wallet. We also have a new roll top backpack, as well as patch hats, all different wearables, t-shirts, long sleeves, hoodies. So we have a very wide range of products in our product line.
Great, thank you.
And they're all so beautiful. Okay, John, how about you?
Yeah, so my hat is sort of in the manufacturing world, Nikki, and I wonder about scaling and production in a couple of ways. First of all, your subs, which you did a great job illustrating on your pitch, and then also the logistics of taking the finished product and getting it shipped, as well as warranted too. If you have returns that you have to deal with, things like that.
Yeah, that's a great question. And it's something that we've really been thinking a lot about with how fast we've grown in the last, we're coming up on 2 years in business next month. So it's been a lot to take on. The manufacturing company that we work with in Lewiston is a small family-based business. They had shut down because of COVID. They're all back to work. They've been able to hire 3 more employees just to work on Rugged Seas products. It's a lot to keep up with. We've started conversations with a few other manufacturers in Maine who are interested in partnering with Rugged Seas. And in regards to returns, I always want to make our customers happy. So I'm happy to return any product that they aren't happy with. That's really important to us to keep our customers happy and coming back. So we have ways to scale for sure. It's we have to get creative with it because we really want to keep everything in Maine and manufactured in Maine. That's really important to our mission. But I think we found some solutions that we continue to work on.
Great, thank you.
All right, Nikki, you did an outstanding job answering these judges' questions.
Thank you so much.
All right, we need to take a short break and hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back after this, so don't go anywhere.
Bangor Savings Bank, committed to investing in its employees, customers, and communities to help create a stronger Northern New England. Bangor Savings Bank, you matter more.
Northern Light Health, because we're all Mainers, and making healthcare work for you includes providing care to more Mainers. Innovations in ways you can access care when and where you need us. northernlighthealth.org.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. Our next company is larger than life and an out-of-the-box thinker. Check out Opbox.
Hi, my name is Ben Davis, and I'm one of the founders of Opbox. At Opbox, we make mobile and modular structures just like the one I'm sitting in here. This building's made of our EcoSip building material, which is 100% recycled plastic structural insulated panels, and we do it right here in Noblesboro, Maine. At Opbox, we're excited about providing innovative solutions across multiple problems. First is the world's fight against plastic. Our contribution is that each and every Opbox unit that we build right here in Maine is taking plastics out of the waste stream. Along our journey, we faced a lot of the same problems that most do when using traditional building materials and things like steel shipping containers to make mobile and modular structures. How we've solved that is to lean into innovation and modern building materials just like EcoSip. With EcoSip, our buildings are able to be built faster, they're longer lasting, they're more cost effective, and they're built right here in Maine. One of the biggest problems that we share with businesses big and small is how do we effectively get in front of our customers in this day and age. At Opbox, we've developed a set of tools that deliver instant opportunity and instant community by parallel parking your brand on any street in America. Opbox is a blank canvas for commerce. And since our inception in 2018, we've been focused on our product offering in retail, hospitality, and community infrastructure projects. It's with this momentum that we're now poised to both expand our production facility and our team to meet the demand that we've created. So, now that you know a little bit more about us, let's tell you why we're here. In the next year, we're going to be deploying the very first mixed-use Opbox Village at a premier destination in South Boston. This is one of the biggest deals we've ever done, and we need to document it. This is so exciting because an Opbox Village is a repeatable model that we think will revolutionize retail around the country. And it's with the Greenlight Maine funding that we'll be able to create engaging storytelling content to do so. Thank you so much for having us. We hope to see you soon.
Ben, you are amazing. These are beautiful and sleek, and I can't wait to see this Opbox Village.
Thanks, Julian. Thanks for having me.
All right, Nat, let's kick off the questions with you.
Great. I've seen other companies that have come up with things that help other companies sell, and I think that's a really strong point of your business. Is this is very attractive. What are the economics typically for a customer of you?
Sure, Nat. Great question. So our units start at about $25,000 for kind of the most basic Opbox pop-up retail unit, and you can buy that. We offer financing option. We rent them. We do that sort of stuff. So you can actually rent an Opbox for less than $1,000 a month, and then to purchase one starts at about $25,000 and then goes north of there depending on how complex the use case is.
Yeah, that's great. Do you think I could make a ski chalet out of one?
Absolutely, and you can see one in real life up at Shawnee Peak. They were some early customers of ours, and their whole ski shop at Shawnee Peak is an Opbox. So if you want to try before you buy, we'll talk after this.
Great.
Sounds great. Okay, Susan.
That was a great pitch. Thank you for that. Could you tell me what the average production time is for one of these units?
Yeah, great question. Thanks, Susan. So because we use our EcoSip technology and our structural insulated panels made from 100% recycled PET, we haven't hit a lot of the same supply chain issues that that a lot of construction type companies have. Fortunately, our production time is still in the 6 to 8 weeks from the initial conversation to delivery for most of our standard units.
Wow, that's fast. Great. Thank you.
John, you're up.
Yeah. So Ben, I heard through the grapevine that one of your units can consume like 100,000 bottles. Is that true?
It is. So the average that that basic unit that was speaking about is about 20. It starts at 21,000 recycled plastic bottles, and then goes up depending on the thickness of the wall and the size of the unit, of course. But yep, Nat's new ski chalet will be about 150,000 recycled plastic bottles.
Can I ask one follow on? And that's, what about insulation?
Great question. So one of the great things about our EcoSip panel is that it has good insulating quality. It's about R5 per inch. So, and we make the panels from 3/4 inch when we don't need a whole lot of insulation, all the way up to 6 inch, which is a full R30 with no thermal bridging.
Wow. Thank you.
So cool. Okay, Nat.
We heard a little bit about economics. How large is the market, do you figure?
Nat, we focus on three markets, essentially: retail, hospitality, and what we call community infrastructure. And one of the things that we work on every day is focusing and staying within those, because we basically make a blank canvas for commerce, is what we call it. There's a huge market. And one of our challenges as a startup is to stay focused into the narrow lanes that we're trying to hit. So the market's pretty huge, but in our three pillars, we've got a lot of running room.
Gee, I think that makes a lot of sense to focus.
All right, we get time for one last question, Susan.
Yes. So what kind of gross margin does your do you run at?
About 50%.
Oh wow. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Ben, you guys are manufacturing in Holton, is that right?
We used to. We had a great experience up in the county a year ago. We actually brought everything in-house and built out our own production facility and team, which has been the best thing we've done. And we've got an incredible team of production techs and construction folks on the mid-coast in Noblesboro, Maine.
Nice. You guys are growing fast, so best of luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, it's time for a short break, but don't go away. We'll be right back with more.
Martin's Point Generations Advantage, offering comprehensive Medicare Advantage plans. Information at martinspoint.org.
Fame came along at a time when we really needed somebody to believe in our mission.
It's so nice to have somebody actually try to understand what we're doing.
Fame helps Maine businesses and lenders get to yes for their financing needs.
Thank you, Fame.
Thank you, Fame.
Thank you, Fame.
Welcome to One Hot Marketing Minute with me, Isla Dickerson, and my co-host, Jacqueline Fish, where we help you think through critical decisions about marketing your product, service, or business.
Today's topic: how can marketing inspire employees and customers to promote my business, and why is it so important? There is no marketing as good as that of word of mouth. No matter how thoughtfully we create our advertising, people will always put the recommendations of friends and family first. How do I know if my marketing will inspire employees and customers to share information about my business?
Ask yourself the following questions often. Is my marketing unique and catchy? Sharing the spotlight and lifting up others? Celebrating employees' stories and successes? And raising the bar in some meaningful way? There is so much to be gained in asking just a few good questions, especially when it comes to marketing. It is always a good day to get curious and creative for your business.
On the next One Hot Marketing Minute, we'll explore customer insights in 60 seconds or less.
Thanks for spending this hot minute with us.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. We've heard the pitches. Now our judges are going to weigh in. Let's start with Rugged Seas, only because they pitched first. Nikki did an amazing job answering your questions. You guys learned a lot off camera. 40 wholesalers, 60% retail customers, looking into a brick and mortar store. I mean, they are on the move. Let's start with you, Nat.
I love the social benefit of this company, some of which we may not have heard fully, including the backing that the money they've actually provided from profits to the Maine Fishermen's Association, as well as the Maine Lobstermen's Association. I think the recycling aspect and also the products are very intriguing.
Susan.
Yeah, I totally agree with Nat there. I love the mission of this company. I think it's very unique. They're trying to solve an issue that isn't discussed enough, I think, in my opinion. So I think they have some challenges, of course, as all companies in this space do, particularly with the manufacturing in Maine, which is what we want to see more of, but it does present challenges.
Yes, donating 1% of their sales, $73,000 in the last year. So they definitely give back. All right, John.
Yeah, I like what they're doing a lot, and I totally agree with the other judges' comments. And I think it's very interesting to hear that they've nailed down at least the beginning of a partnership with a brand like Filson. That's striking, and that opens up the West Coast to them, and they've got a vision for West Coast and Southern fisheries to do similar programs. And that opens up the question of what is the challenge of staying just in Maine. But yeah, I think they've got a lot going on. Their branding is really strong, and they've got a lot of desirable products that really ring with a lot of consumers.
Beautiful stuff. All right, let's shift gears and talk about Opbox, another beautiful product that is serving such a need with recyclable materials. Nat.
So once again, the recycling here is very strong. I think I heard, potentially thousands of recycled plastic bottles going into this product, and it's so attractive and useful. I do think this business has the opportunity to scale fairly dramatically. You could imagine nationwide these boxes selling. I do wonder about proprietary nature of it and whether it's copyable, but a very intriguing business.
Yes, 150,000 bottles into one box. Okay, Susan.
Yeah, I agree. I also think the timing is kind of perfect for where he is in his stage of business. I think this is very timely. There's a lot of interest in these pop-up villages, if you will. Love the genesis, the origin story of how they started with a mini kind of art gallery in a parking lot, which he talked about in our deliberation. So I think that this is a really exciting opportunity for a Maine business.
Absolutely. Okay, John.
Yeah, I also love the eco aspect of this, but I think that this new partnership they're doing with a nationally known developer down in Boston, just a few of those developments can really start the scaling process dramatically and enable further growth. So I think there's a huge scaling opportunity here.
Yeah, absolutely. You folks learned that in July, they're going to launch an Opbox village in South Boston. That is going to be the place to be. And we are all going to go down there and visit him. It's going to be great. All right, we need to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear who today's winner is, who's moving on to the next round. So it's always tough, right? But this is an especially tough decision that you all have. So we'll be right back.
Albin, Randall, and Bennett, committed to providing accounting solutions to Greenlight Maine startups, working with businesses and organizations that operate locally and nationally. ARBCPA.com.
Through their efforts to support Maine entrepreneurs who are growing our economy, Greenlight Maine is making our state a better place to start and operate a business. For these efforts and the creation of a robust entrepreneurial ecosystem, the Harold Alfond Institute for Business Innovation at Thomas College is proud to be a sponsor of Greenlight Maine.
First Park, a 285-acre business park located in Oakland, Maine, offering fiber internet, 3-phase power, and pre-permitted sites for businesses to start or expand. Details at firstpark.com.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. We're about to find out who the winner is for today's round. Two amazing companies, Rugged Seas and Opbox. No matter who moves on, they are both winners. All right, judges, I'm going to count you down. 3, 2, 1. And that means Opbox is moving on in the competition. Congratulations, Ben. What's going through your mind?
Thanks, everyone. Just super excited to be part of this great group and to keep on going. Thank you very much.
We are out of time. Thanks for investing in Maine. You can get even more involved with the show by following us behind the scenes on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you're new to Greenlight Maine, you can see all of our episodes on greenlightmaine.com. We'll be back next week to close out our regular season. Have a great week.
Greenlight Maine Productions appreciates the generous underwriters that support our mission to build strong businesses in Maine. Thank you.
Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light.